I'm excited to introduce this speaker here to the podium, Mr. Jairek Robbins.
Hi, my name is Claudio Bada and I'm a recruitment consultant from London. My overall experience with Jairek has been life-changing.
What an amazing event here with Jairek. I mean, he really provided emotional rocket fuel for our beloved Space Coast.
All right. Hello, my name is Carrie Cundy and I'm the Executive Officer of the Home Builders and Contractors Association of Brevard. Our Sales and Marketing Council brought Jairek Robbins in to bring excitement and energy to our home building team here in Brevard County. We had a great event, we loved it, and we can't wait to have him back again.
Way to get the most out of this presentation that I'm about to share with you, and more importantly, the way to get the most out of life is by activating your mind, body, and physiology, you yourself as a person. And my thought, if you want to get yourself to perform at your absolute best, you have to act as if today might be the last day. So here's the first thing, you start off with gratitude. Why? Because gratitude will immediately drain what out of your body? All the negative thoughts, all the fear, all the uncertainty. Anything when you have butterflies in your stomach, if you immediately flood your mind with gratitude, you won't have space to think about things that make you nervous or uncomfortable. So first is gratitude. Second is visualization or mental rehearsal on what you're excited about. Third, you want to create some energy. How many people believe if you were to start your day like that every day, you could be unstoppable in whatever it is you go do? How many people believe that? Isn't that amazing? How many people have ever heard the term a bucket list? Perfect. I remember hearing that term, but at this moment of my life, thinking I only had 5 days left, being really pissed off about that term. Why? Because I had everything still on the list. I'm in a hospital bed, lying in Uganda, no family around, no friends, can't get home to California to see any of my people I really care about, my family, thinking about the things I really wanted to do and wondering what the heck happened. But I started off realizing the end in mind. 5 days from now might be my last day. What's everything I want to do now to make the most of my life, to be the person I want to be, to make the difference I want to make? And something I figured out when I was lying there, this is a question I'd have, is I said, what would I have to design my daily life to be so that literally, if today was the last day, I would be happy for it to be? How would I have to live my day-to-day life? Where would I go? Who would I be? Who would I be with? How would I treat people? What would I feel like throughout my day? And what I'd love to do is give you an experience of this right now. If you would, sit up straight and take a deep breath. So ready? Sit up, take a deep breath. Imagine waking up on the morning of your absolute ideal day. The morning of your perfect day. What's the first thing you'd see when your eyes open on that day? How would you feel? How excited would you be waking up on the morning of your absolute ideal day? What would be possible on this day? As you wake up and get out of bed and go out into the day, what would you do with the morning hours of your life that day? From let's say 9 a.m. till noon, what's everything you'd want to experience? What would you learn? What would you share? Who would be there with you on this perfect day? As you go throughout the day, what's all the emotions you feel? How much passion, joy, purpose, and fulfillment would fill your mind and body on this day? Here's a crazy question. What would you do for lunch on your perfect day? Who would you have lunch with? How much laughter, joy, humor, fun, silliness would surround that conversation? As you wrap up lunch and head out into the rest of the afternoon, what's everything you'd want to experience on that perfect day? The people, the places, the opportunity. Think of something you would do on your day that would make you incredibly proud. something you do that make you feel incredibly grateful, an opportunity that would show up in your life on your perfect day, the challenges that you naturally overcome with your strength and who you are as a human being, the fun you'd have, places you'd go, everything that'd be possible. Now, as you head home on your perfect day, think of how you'd end the evening. And as you wrap up that perfect day, looking back at that day, what would you be grateful for about that day? The places, the opportunity, the people. What are the moments that would make that day so special for you? Now, what I would love you to do is open your eyes. How many people really enjoyed what you just saw in your mind? Make a decision to choose to do the things that are fulfilling, not just pleasurable. Does that make sense? Now, 20,000 hours of everything else, I'm not even gonna touch that. Just the thought of don't get caught up in minor things that are distractions that are pulling you away from who you ultimately wanna be and where you ultimately wanna go. Okay, so what's the difference between someone who knows what to do and does what they know? Here's what it is. There's a phrase that sums it up, and it says, every person you meet is either a warning or an example. Which are you? A warning would be someone who knows what to do, but doesn't consistently do what they know. I know I should have done that. I know I shouldn't have said that. You know it, but you don't act on your knowledge. Because knowledge unacted on is really lost. You gotta act on what you know you should be doing. So this thought of an example in my mind would be someone who knows what to do and consistently gets themselves to follow through on what they know. How do you get yourself to be an example? Well, you need something that I refer to as your big why. And your big why is finding a reason more than yourself to fight for. It's the thought that a man in that situation found a reason bigger than himself to fight for, which allowed him to go out and do things that by himself he was not doing at the time. Meaning that father was not running races, was not competing, was not overcoming these giant feats. But when he found someone other than himself to do it for, he was able to then overcome crazy amount of obstacles. Here's what's interesting. He's able to overcome something that most people would never dream of doing because he has a reason bigger than himself to do so. There's gonna be moments in your life when you face challenges. There's gonna be moments when stuff happens that you do not expect, when things get hard or difficult. I urge you to find something way bigger than yourself to play for, and what'll happen is you will find a way through those moments by working for the service of others, working for the service of the greater good, working for the service of someone you love. That'll drive you through those hard times when other people quit, when other people give up. When you have a reason bigger than just you, you will go straight through those obstacles. How many people have ever procrastinated in this room? Raise your hand and say, aye. Aye. Everyone else will probably raise their hand later. Thank you. All those procrastinators out there. So that thought process, what I want you to do, if you ever catch yourself trying to overcome procrastination, the fastest way to do it is think of all the pain that's gonna show up if you don't take action now. And you gotta stack it, one thing on the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing. Then you go over here and say, okay, what's all the pleasure that's gonna happen when I do it? And you stack and stack and stack and stack and stack until it feels so good. Now what happens, people say, well, how much do you stack? You stack both sides continuously until you find yourself taking action. Whoa, come on. Yes! Perfect. Give a high five to the person next to him, tell them they rock. Thank you for allowing me to share this time with you.